Good morning, everybody. It's Brooke and Miss Dee Dee from Miss Cog Hill Farm. I don't know if Dee Dee's ever been married or not, so we're just going to say Mrs. Cog Hill Farm. That'll take care of both of us. I have a feeling that she may have had a litter or two of puppies in the past. But we are going to hop in the new side-by-side. I got some emu feed in the back, as well as a bag of donkey feed. And let me show y'all what Dee Dee has. So I got Dee Dee a little bed. So when she rides with me in the side-by-side, she'll have a soft place to sit. And I know she's gonna appreciate this. Go on, girl, get in your spot. Get in your spot. There you go. There, you gotta make it just right, don't you? Get it just right. And then we're gonna go drop off some feed, and I gotta run to town. I don't think they're gonna allow dogs where I'm going, but we gotta take care of our jobs first. We've already fed the farm, just gotta drop this feed off, and then we're going to town. I'll let you know all about it when I get back. My first stop is the barrel where we keep the emu feed, but I gotta share something with y'all first, and that is that I saw Jason driving this side-by-side, and I know why. Because he's liking the cab enclosure. You know, when the temperatures are cool and the wind's blowing on you, you don't want that. So I have found him driving my side-by-side because his has had 3 of 4 tires to be flat up until this point. And I don't want him driving mine because, you know, I got 4 good tires, and I certainly don't want him to start puncturing mine too. So we don't want Holly and Jason riding in our side-by-side, do we? Holly can't fit on that bed, so I need y'all to do something for me. If y'all see Jason in my side-by-side, I need y'all to reach out to me and let me know. Because we got a problem. If that starts happening, flat tires are going to happen. You tell me, wouldn't you? I mean, I know you and Jason are tight and everything, but I have a feeling me and you are tighter. So I keep the lay and crumble and the rat-type feed in this barrel, and they're down to the bottom of the barrel. I mean, this is little bitty bit left. Of course, we're going to use it, but I keep this in the bag because the lay and crumble's in the bottom. And the geese obviously don't need the emu feed, although it's okay for the emus to eat the goose feed, right, buddy? All right, I'm gonna get this put in your bucket, and then we're gonna get the new bag just set in here, so we'll have it for when we actually do run out. Here comes Miss Goldie. All right, let's get this in the swimming pool for the geese, and you, and Goldie, if y'all should choose to go that route. It's your choice, buddy. You can have corn, you can have laying pellets or laying crumble, or you can have your specialty feed. It's all up to you. You got it made. All right, Nug. Let's get this put in here so we'll have it when y'all run out. And I got one more bag of feed to deliver to the barn before we head off on our trip. Dee Dee, where are you, girl? I hope she didn't go back home. Let me gather my dog and we'll stop at the next stop. Y'all, guess what? I didn't have to look very far because my dog never got out. You a smart cookie. You know it? That must be very comfortable. So comfortable you didn't feel the need to get out. I don't blame you. My ears are hurting from listening to them. So we're going to head on over to the barn, and you can get out over there because we might stay a little longer. Who knows? You ready, girl? Let's go. Hey, you gonna get out? Or you decided you're gonna stay for a minute? You can take a peek, make sure everything's good. I'll help you if you want to get out. All right, come on. Come on. There you go, big girl. Big girl doesn't really qualify, but we'll call you big girl. Make you feel better, right? All right, so Jesse and Honey's feed is getting a little bit low too, so gotta grab their bag and set it in the barrel. before I go up to the house and pick up a couple of things that I got to take with me to town. Nothing like coming outside to get a bag of feed out of the back and realizing that your special cat that lives in the barn has found that Dee Dee's seat may be just as inviting for him as it is for her. Sylvester, Dee Dee's gonna get you. I don't think you like to ride. Tucker loves to ride, but I don't know about you. I gotta get this feed unloaded before we go for a ride. Okay? Are you just gonna sit and wait, huh? All right, that's probably a good idea. Don't let Dee Dee see you. Jesse and Honey have a new bag of feed, and everything that I wanted to do here at the farm is done. So let's see if Sylvester still wants to go for a ride. If not, Dee Dee and I are going to go home and gather something before we head to town. Dee Dee, I sure hope that there's not a cat in your seat. We're about to find out. I came out here, girl, to get the feed, and there was a cat sitting in your seat. So let's see. Huh. No cat. I don't see him. Well, let's see if Dee Dee shows any reaction when she gets in the side-by-side, if she cares if Sylvester's been in her seat or not. Tell me what you think. Uh-oh. Somebody's been there, hasn't they? It's okay. You can go ahead. That's your seat. That's going to be called Dee Dee's seat for now. That's right. All right, y'all. Everything that I had to do at home is done and taken care of. And I'm going to head to town, and y'all are going with me. Because this is something that I have wanted to do for a very long time. And I need to know if it can actually be done. So that's very vague. But y'all, come along with me, and you'll see what I'm talking about. I'm swapping the side-by-side for the car. I could probably take the side-by-side to town, but I'd feel safer if I was in the car. It is a little bit of a drive to town, so y'all come along. I've got my things loaded that I need to take with me, and we're going to take a trip and see if this can't be done. I told y'all I was going to take a little trip to town, and I have arrived at my destination, which is So Charming Quilt Shop. Let's go inside. Well, y'all, here we are inside So Charming Quilt Shop here in Clanton, Alabama. And what a store they have. I mean, I'm not a quilter, but I can tell when something is stocked and has a lot of stuff in it. And that's what you'll find when you come in this store. I'm going to pan the camera around before I talk to you, Miss Penny, and show y'all just how full this store is. It is absolutely fantastic. And I know each and every one of you that quilts would find it to be the same. It's stocked to the hills, Penny. It is really, really stocked. Well, I've got something under my arm here that I want to talk to Penny about, and hopefully she can maybe give me some ideas as to what I can do with all of these old items. All right, Miss Penny, you are the owner of So Charming Quilt Shop here in Clanton, Alabama, and we are just mesmerized by this shop. It's a good one, and I'm sure you've been in a lot of quilt shops in your life.
I have.
Now, do you feel as strongly as I do about this being the best quilt shop you've ever been in? I know it's yours. You don't want to toot your own horn too much. But seriously, compared to other shops, this one has to just blow it out the park.
We do. We have a lot.
You've got a little bit of everything, and I don't imagine that there's many times people come in here and don't find what they want. So that leads me to the question that you guys are in the running for the best quilt shop in the world?
That's it.
Best quilt shop in the world, right here in Clanton, Alabama. Now, I have to say, I haven't been in a lot of shops, so I don't have a lot to compare it to, but are there many times when people come in here and they don't have what they're looking for? And if there are, can you, most of the time, can you get it for them?
Yes.
And okay.
If they come in and they say they want something, if we don't have it, we order it, and usually within 3 or 4 or 5 days it's here.
That's right.
Or if we don't even know what the item is, hadn't heard of it or whatever, we get it, we bring it in, and then they can try it, they can see it, And they buy it.
You know, I think that's what separates local places to big box stores, is because you're the owner. You're actually here giving hands-on advice, letting people know if you can get it, how long it's going to take to get it, and then help them make their decisions in their quilting projects or whatever they've got going on. I know you've helped me in the past with some curtains for the little camper, and I said it was time to refresh that video, and what a better time than to come in and ask people to vote for this quilt shop as the #1 quilt shop in the world. And we're going to put that form down below, so all people have to do is go in, nominate So Charming Quilt Shop in Clanton, Alabama. I mean, everybody that sees this is going to want to flock over to Clanton and see your shop. But I want to know what everybody thinks about your advice, because I have some old Cog Hill Farm t-shirts here, and I've been collecting for many moons since we started with our shirts and merch, and this is just a drop in the bucket. I've got so many. I know it would be a hard decision to decide what I actually wanted to use, this being one of my very favorites. It says cornbread and collards. And we discontinue the designs. So these are not being offered anymore, but I want to do something commemorative with these shirts. And I thought you could give me a little bit of insight of possibly making a quilt or making something that we could use for our future to remember our past designs. What do you think?
We can do it. We make t-shirt quilts all the time.
Oh,
you could
really?
take these and you could cut them up into even pieces and then sash it with a different fabric in between it to kind of make it bigger.
Okay.
If you don't have enough shirts,
I got
if you
plenty.
had more shirts, then we could just throw all the shirts in there, and we've got a sample over by the door. But we could. There's several ways we could put together a t-shirt.
Okay, so I'm going to look at the sample when I go out the door to see exactly what you're talking about. But is this something that I can do at home? I mean, can I go ahead and start cutting designs out? Do they all need to be the same shape?
If you're bringing it to us, we ask that you just bring the t-shirts.
Oh, you can make it for me.
Oh, no, if you're making it, you can make
No,
it.
no,
We'll show you how to make it.
I don't know what I'm doing, Penny. But
There's two ways.
I didn't know that y'all actually made quilts.
Yeah, there's 2 ways we can do it.
Okay.
You can bring us the shirts, and we ask you not to cut a thing.
Okay.
Just bring us the shirts.
Okay.
And then we make the quilt. We'll ask you what color backing you want, that kind of thing, how big you want it. That's all we really need from you at that point.
Okay.
Or we can show you how to make it. We've got a video on YouTube on how to make a t-shirt quilt from start to finish. It shows you from bringing them to like this state on to you're able to use the quilt. It's done. Okay,
so now I know it can be done, and it can be done by me possibly, but I am not a seamstress in any way.
You made curtains. You can do it.
Well, I made curtains, but I can't tell you how many times I had to have help because my sewing machine bobbin ran out of thread. I don't know how to reload it, so the good thing is you guys would make it for me if I go that route. Okay, so I got to go home and I got to watch that YouTube video where you show how to make the quilt. That's going to be step number 1. I'll determine if I can do it or not. If I determine I can't do it, I'll bring you a bag of t-shirts and pay you guys to make the t-shirt. And this is something that you enjoy doing?
We do.
Okay.
We're actually making one for the chamber right now from all their old t-shirts.
Really?
And we're going to make it's going to be a big one, and they're going to hang it. So.
Well, that's what I'm thinking about doing. I'm thinking no matter how many shirts I have, let's just go as big as I have shirts.
Yeah.
And then we could hang it somewhere and enjoy seeing all of our past designs.
Yeah.
Well, how about that, Penny? You have just put a smile on my face that I didn't know was possible because I honestly didn't know you guys made them for people.
We do.
I thought that I was going to have to go home and cut all these out and sew them together, and I still may, but I need to figure out if I'm up for that challenge.
And we have people all the time that say they want to try it. They take them home, they try it. They'll come back in a week and say, okay, this is where I'm at. What do I do next? And we can answer that question. We can fix whatever they've messed up with if they have messed up. So it's not like if you decide to do it on your own, you're left out in the cold.
I got you.
We'll help you along the way. So.
You know what? That's the reason you guys are in the lead at this point for the best quilt shop in the world, because of your attitude and your willingness to help others. I mean, that goes a long way. This day and time, there's so much you know what the world's come to, and people like you are just a ray of light in a dark world. So Penny,
Oh, thanks.
I am asking all of our viewers to go out and give you guys a vote for the best quilt shop in the world. And is there any special prize that you get if you are nominated, or is it just the title of?
Well, we get the title, which is huge.
Yes, it is.
We've got the title of Alabama for the last 2 years. This will be the third year. And we're pretty much a shoe-in for that one. But, I mean, anything can happen. So I'm not going to say we've got it yet. Once you get the state, then you can go on and
compete for the world.
Go for the world. Well, we're #1 in the world by 130 votes right now. But that changes
hourly?
More
probably?
than hourly. We check it probably every 30 minutes.
Well,
so it's kind of nerve-wracking, but the 28th is the last day to vote, so we need everybody to vote.
28th of February is the last day to vote. So y'all please do us a favor as the Cog Squad family and go vote for Penny and her family. So charming, Clanton, Alabama, best quilt shop in the world. And I will update y'all on the t-shirt. Penny, if you'll send me a link to that YouTube video where you make the t-shirt quilt, I'll post it on this video as well. So if anybody wants to see that, they can watch it. And y'all, I'm a happy girl because I never dreamed that they would actually make the quilt, and I could pay them to do it and me be off the hook. I got animals to tend to. I'm not a quilter, and I may end up taking a class that Penny offers for quilting. They do different classes throughout the year, and I may do that, but I really want to get this project done. Okay, y'all, here's the t-shirt quilt that Miss Penny has made in the past from old t-shirts, and I'm loving it. I am loving it. I think it's fantastic, and how cool would that be to have a quilt made of old Cog Squad t-shirts? Well, y'all, thanks for going to town with me. I really appreciate it, and I'm so happy to learn that these t-shirts that I have been saving for who knows what reason. I really didn't think of having a quilt made until I recently saw something that one of you guys posted about making a quilt with all the old t-shirts. And so I started going through them, and I realized how many I have. So I think I'm just gonna get these loaded up, get them taken down to So Charming Quilt Shop in Clanton, and let them make my quilt for me. Now I'll take y'all with me when we go to pick out some fabric to make the quilt, and I'll also update you to let you guys know if they won the best quilt shop in the world. And I'm excited to see what this turns out like. Thank y'all, and y'all be good.